Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this draft champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. Two teams that met back in Super Bowl 37 in San Diego. The Bucs and Raiders are underway. And here comes Diggs. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Detroit! They come up in an offset eye. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, it's Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Elway now looking to throw on 3rd. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And on display right there, the arm that made John Elway a lot of money.
And that's going to leave a mark. Because when he throws it with that much force, one of the best arms the game has ever seen, one of the strongest ones, it does leave a mark. They actually called it the Elway cross because you can see the imprint on a player after he caught one of those bullet passes.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Dan Williams there to make the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Elway to throw on 2nd. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Big play here. 3rd down and goal from the 2. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Duke Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the D-line's going to spread out. Brady now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Yeah. Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it'll give the Bucs a first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
From the gun on third down, Brady. Out on the right, this is Cruz. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, Elway. Allen has it, left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Let's go. From the gun on third down, it's Elway. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Brady will try again on second down. A dump off to Anderson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he did get it back, I do think. Yes, so no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a 1st down. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First, they'll throw with Elway. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Second and 10, Elway. The left side caught by Diggs. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right, now look at Leopard. Here we go now.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Nunez got it, complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's got time. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught at the 25. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
20.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ladarius Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And it's up and good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John. Why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, then you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Dante Moncrief now here on the return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The third quarter starts with a run from Anderson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
20. 20. 20.
He'll come out in the pistol on second down. Anderson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Elway to throw on second. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Screen play, Anderson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, here's Brady. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go to Johnson again. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now Elway on first down. Allen has it, left side. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Johnson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Brandon Carr there to make the stop.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, a guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. On second down, Elway. He finds Hearns left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye. They'll go with a keeper. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Throwing now is Elway. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. And he'll get it inside the 4. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Elway. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. A first down carry here for Johnson. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run it with Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Elway to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Well, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, Now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return will stop right around the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game.